Yeah. Okay. So previously we have seen like two types of instances we have seen, default and named instance. And we have summarized that whenever we install SQL Server one time, we are calling as a instance. Okay. Right. Right. Okay. Basically, say like when every instance has these four major components. In SQL servers here, whenever we create one instance, automatically these four major components are created. One is here services. Okay, so every instance has its own services. Okay, so uh, yeah, why? Because whenever we install SQL Server, automatically here, like we have discussed already, some services are created, but SQL Server and SQL Server Agent are our main services. Okay, SQL Server and SQL Server Agent are our main services, and we have seen SQL Server service process the queries, agent is for automation. Right, all the scheduled activities are implemented by agent service. Okay, so then we have discussed already, whenever we connect to SQL Server through SSMS, we'll have these two services we can see, right? SQL Server and SQL Server Agent. Fine. Check here, let me connect to SQL Server instance. Already we know by using SSMS SQL Server Management Studio. Okay. Yeah. Check here, I'm connecting to default instance, which is equal to my host name with Windows authentication. Just select here encryption option, optional connect. Yes, connected successfully. Okay. Check here, this is our main service, SQL Server service. Okay. This is our SQL Server agent. These two are our main services. Then next one here, like every instance has its own folders here. Like by default, we'll see again. By default, whenever we install SQL Server, in basic installation, which we have seen till now, automatically 6 folders are created in basic installation. Check here where are the folders. How we can check? Right click properties. Okay, here see root directory. Here we can see the installation path. Okay, means what, how you know where this instance was installed, in which location, in which path the instance is installed. We can check here by using this option, installation path, that is root directory option. Okay, root directory, we can see the installation path. Fine. Check here. Let me go to this folder. Double copy this path. Okay. See here. By default, we have 6 folders are there. These are the default folders for SQL Server. Just we'll see one point about these folders now. Later we'll see in detail. Or we can say in the interview, if they ask what is the directory architecture of SQL Server. By default, every instance has its own folders. These are the, so like we have C program files, like it depends on in which location we have installed Microsoft SQL Server, Microsoft SQL MS SQL 16. Here depends on version number. 16.0 is the version number, right? Yeah, 16 dot MS SQL Server. MS SQL Server means default instance. Okay, slash MSSQL. MSSQL means database engine again. Why? Because we have seen already SQL Server consists of what? Four major components, right? Database engine, IS, RS, AS. We'll have like subfolders here. Then sir, backup is there. Backup is a default folder for backups. Means what? Whenever we take backup of database, okay, by default, remember those backups are created in this folder. Okay, just for just testing purpose, let me take backup, but we'll see later uh, what is backup, everything in detail. Just remember, backup is nothing but what? So it is a copy of database, copy to protect or to provide high security. We have backups are there. Just check your backup database, some database name to disk is equal to directly I'm saying msdb.bak. Check here, I'm not mentioning the complete path, means where this file should be generated in D drive or E drive or F drive, right? So I'm not giving complete path. That's why by default this file is created in which folder? Backup folder. Just check here. Success something it is saying. We go to that folder. Don't get confusion. What is this command? We'll see in detail later. Just we have to see here whether backup is generated. See here, generated. That's remember backup is a default folder for database backups. But in real time, we'll take backup in different location. We are not using this folder. We can create one folder in D drive or E drive or Z drive. There we can take backups. We'll see later. Then bin and install. Sorry. Bin and install are called software folders. These are binaries, especially bin folder. Software binaries are there in which folder? Bin folder. Okay. Yeah. So means what? Like whenever we submit any query, those queries are processed with the help of what? Bin folder files. That's why we are not going to touch this folder in real time. Basically, this folder consists of exe and dll files. Bin folder. Then data folder is there. Data folder is a default path for database files. See, whenever we create a new database, for example, here right click on databases, new database. For example, I am saying students database name. Okay. By default here, whenever we create a new database, automatically two files are created, data file, log file. Okay, these files are created in which folder? Data folder. But in real time, remember, we'll use separate drives. Okay, one drive for data files, one separate drive for log files. We won't maintain like this. Means we'll take backup in one drive, separate drive. Again, in database files, data files in one drive like D drive, log files in another drive like L drive. Okay, like that. Anyhow, I will show you that in the installation, custom installation, how to separate yeah, into different drives. Then jobs folder is there, which maintains jobs and maintenance plan. Generally, we are not using log folder. Log folder is very important folder. Okay, log folder consists of here all the error logs. If someone is working with Oracle, in Oracle we have alert logs, right? So here we have error logs. Same thing. Why? Because see, morning 3 o'clock, my backup was failed. Okay, how we know? Why? Because we have scheduled the backup, right, to run daily night 3 o'clock sometime. how we know exactly why this backup was failed? Okay, always remember as a DBA, first step is to check this error log. Okay, so in error log, SQL Server will write all the SQL Server startup events plus errors. Okay, so it will write all the errors, 100% errors it will write, but some of the startup events also it will write in the error log. If you see here, like just now we created one database, right? Students. So see, created database, all the steps it has written. Some settings it has done, database level settings. Then database comes online. Like that, say like all the steps are recorded here in the error log. That's a very, very important file. Why? Because as a DBA, we have seen our job is troubleshooting, right? That's why always we have to work with error logs. Okay, just remember here, backup is a default folder for backups. Bin consists of all the instance binaries. Data folder is a default folder for database files. Log folder consists of error logs. This is our current error log, which we have to see. Okay, so SQL Server has this default error log is there, as well as for SQL Server account service, we have agent has its own error log, agent log. Okay, SQL Server log is there, which is our default log. Agent is our, this is our agent error log. These are the two types of logs are there. Okay, right. So always we have to check this main log, SQL Server log. Main log we have to see SQL Server log. We can see that log here in SSMS also. If I go to management, under management here, SQL Server log, same. This is our current log. We have 4 archive logs, archive logs, something. These are the 4 logs. Okay, this is our current log, first one. Okay, yeah. Here see graphically also we can see the logs. Okay, so here we have we can filter the log also. Filter the log also here. Message contains error, colon, apply filter. Okay, see, there are no errors right now. See here, like that here we can filter the log. We'll see about this error log more in detail, why we have these other logs also. Okay, but always just remember we have to read this current log for any possible errors. Okay, got it right here. What are the folders are there in general? But these 1, 2, 3, 4 are our main folders. But in real time, this folder or backups will maintain in separate drive. Data files one drive, log files another drive, means 3 drives, and remaining all in one drive. Okay, binaries one drive, backups in one drive, data files one drive, log files one drive. Totally like 4 or 5 drives we'll use in real time, separate. Why? Because we have done here basic installation, right? Basic installation will not display all those. We don't have options, right? In basic installation. That's why by default it will install in all the folders in one location, same location. Mhm. Clear? Any doubts are there here? different folders. Kiran, Srinath, Ayush.
No notes.
Thank you. Suhail, any doubts are there? Think
No, sir.
already you are working. Okay, thank you. Yeah, Ayush can use the, yeah, thank you,
No.
Kiran. Thank you. Thank you. Anyhow, we'll keep on repeating these again. No need to worry. But this directory architecture, we have to understand what is maintained in which folder. Right. That is, see, every instance has its own services, its own folders. We have like REPL data, something replication data. If I use replication while installation, this folder is created, otherwise not created. We'll see later. Then see every instance has system DBs, system databases. Okay. By default, observe here, whenever we install SQL Server, automatically some system databases are created. Check it, these are also important for us for DBS to understand. See here, under databases, we have system databases here. Okay, check here. Master is our main database, which maintains what? Total server level settings are there in master database, which is our main database. Means what? Suppose let's say we have created two databases, right? So these database names, their sizes, who can access these databases, that complete metadata is there in master database. Okay, whenever we create here new login, all the logins information is there in master database. Okay, that's remember master is our main database which maintains what? Total metadata of the instance. Suppose tomorrow, if master database is corrupted or damaged, for example, very exceptional cases, very rare cases. Okay, if master database is damaged or corrupted, uh, uh, we can start SQL Server or SQL Server cannot be started. Srinath. Tomorrow, if master is corrupt, generally it will not happen in 99% scenarios. In the interview, he is asking if master database is corrupted, what will happen? He is asking whether we can uh, instance will work or not.
No, sir. I think no.
No, why? Because all the details, instant like databases, permissions, logins, like linked servers, all these details are maintained in master. That's why if master database is corrupted, remember instance cannot be started. Okay, thank you. Yeah. So okay, then next one say like here, if you see here, see, already have said in the error log, whenever we start SQL Server, whenever we stop SQL Server, all these details are, sorry, all these details are recorded in what? Error log. Okay, check here, we can read error log by using command also, sp read error log, for example. Always select the command execute. See, very clearly it is showing what time, what happened, time and events here. What time this server was started? Check here uh, on 15th. Okay, night 12:20. Okay, it is actually UTC time, not my GST, like Gulf Standard Time, actually UTC, for example. So we can see like all the details. We can see what time server was started. So how much RAM it has detected in my machine. I think 48 GB RAM is it. Okay, like that's here. Yeah, so complete details, just it is recording here, step by step details. Okay, so if I go to here down, see, starting up database master, clear, right? Always SQL instance starts with a database master. That's why master is a startup database of SQL Server. Okay, right, right. Then next one's here, like we have MSDB database, is it? Uh, MSDB, Microsoft, we can say scheduling database. Okay, so means what? All the schedules, whenever we schedule under the agent here by creating any job like backups, anything, all those schedules are maintained in which database? MSDB database. Okay, so that's why tomorrow if MSDB is corrupted or damaged or offline, agent will not start. Okay, agent will not start, but SQL Server service will start. Just remember one point, MSDB consists of automation information model database. Here name itself is saying model, means it is a template for new databases. Means see, whenever we create a new database here, with how much size, okay, that new database is created. Okay, with the settings that new database is created, it depends on model database. For example, see here, right now model database, if I take model database properties, okay, file C, data file size 8 MB, log file size 8 MB by default. If I create a new database C with same size, new database is created. Suppose tomorrow, if I change some properties here, data file size 80 MB, okay, log file size 8 MB. Now check here, if I create a new database, see, data file size 80 MB log like that's here. Means what? Whenever we create one new database, yeah, all the settings are means the database is created with same settings of model database. That's why in large deployments, what we can do, suppose we need some default users, some default stored procedures in every DB, for example. In that case, we'll create those default yeah, tables users in model database so that after creating new database, no need to create those separately. But remember, as a database admin, we are not working with model database. Okay, we'll work with master database as well as MSDB database. Okay, one more database is there, TempDB database is there. Name itself is saying TempDB. Means what? All the temporary data, temporary objects are maintained in TempDB. Just remember very simple. TempDB is like our system's RAM. RAM. See, right now I have opened this SSMS tool, right? Yeah, it is taking space in RAM. If I close this tool, right? memory is released. Same thing, remember, uh, to process some queries in the background, SQL Server uses space in TempDB. In general, remember, query processing is done on memory, means RAM, but will have less memory, right? Like 8 GB, 12, 34, 32 GB, 64 GB. Okay, less memory is there, right, in the server. If you want to process like 100 GB data, 200 GB data, how SQL Server can process? That's why what it will do, instead of taking the data into RAM, it takes data into TempDB. Here it will process like sorting, grouping, reindexing, all those happens in TempDB database. TempDB database is also very, very important database. And see, whatever the data is there in TempDB is automatically flushed out. Okay, TempDB data is automatically cleared whenever we restart SQL Server. Correct, right? Why? Because like we don't need actually TempDB data is not required, right? So that's why automatically what SQL Server will do, it will flush out the data whenever we restart SQL Server. Check here in the same error log where the startup events are recorded. We can see here one of the events here, clearing TempDB database. Got it, right? All the other databases will have data, but TempDB it will clear automatically. TempDB it will clear automatically whenever we restart SQL Server. Okay, right, right. Okay. Then we have one more hidden database is there, which is called resource database, hidden database. Why it is hidden, we'll see later. But if you see here, MS SQL system resource, starting up database MS SQL system resource, but it is not showing here. See, okay. So this database maintains some patching related data. We'll see later. It is a hidden database. It is not displayed here. Okay, that means what in the summary we have to understand. Yeah, by default, whenever we install SQL Server, by default, 5 system databases are created automatically. Then we'll create user databases. Okay, right, right. See, already we have discussed every instance has its own error log. These are see, whenever we install SQL Server, automatically services are created, folders are created, system databases are created, and we have error logs. This is your error log, which is our current log. Current log. Okay. Hope it is cleared. If any questions are there, raise the hand. Otherwise, we'll continue. Yeah, thank you, Kiran Srinath. Sorry. Okay. Yeah. 1 second. I will just I'm checking how to maximize. We have option, I think. Okay. I think I'll be very maximize window. One second. Okay. Okay, fine. Yeah. I think it is clear, right, for all participants. Yeah. Thank you. Let's we go to custom installation. Before custom installation, we'll see what are the basic prerequisites are there to install SQL Server. Okay, prerequisites. Okay, very simple prerequisites are there, not like Oracle or other RDBMS products. Very simple prerequisites are there. Let me check what are the, yeah, see here. System requirements. Operating system already we have seen. See, for practice purpose, you can install in Windows 10, 11 or any OS. But in production environment, we don't have Windows 10, Windows 11, right? We have Windows Server OS, like Windows Server 2016, 2019, 2022. Okay? Server OS, right? Yeah. Then already I've said from SQL Server 2017 onwards, 2017 onwards, we can install in Linux, Mac, okay, any other OS also. Okay, memory say like a RAM,
Sir, I
it's
have a
at
question.
least 4 GB, but today we'll have minimum 16 GB, 32 GB RAM in the basic servers.
Sir,
CPU
here
speed at least
Windows.
2 gigahertz. In our normal laptops also we have 2.6, 2.7. Hard disk is here. Means up to 2014 version, we need up to 4 GB hard disk space. But from 2016 onwards, 6 GB hard disk space. Once again, remember 6 GB is for complete installation. What its meaning? Complete installation means what? One second, sign up. Yeah. Complete installation means, remember, it is like a, database engine, SSIS, SSRS, SSAS, means all the components, complete installation. But only for database engine, we need around 1500 MB, very less. Okay. Yes, please.
Yes, sir. In the OS, in this OS, Windows
Srinath,
2016 is
you're
there.
asking
So
something.
that is, yeah, sir. Are you getting my voice? Sir, are you getting my voice?
You're asking something, Srinath. I can't hear. You
Yes,
have
sir.
raised the hand, Srinath. Something you're asking, or you're talking actually, but I can't hear. Just give me 1 minute. Can you speak now? Yeah. Can you speak loudly?
Yes, sir. In this OS, in this Windows 2016 is there. That is a OS or like a SQL Server 2016.
Yeah, yeah. No, I can hear. Yes, yes. Go ahead.
Sir, you have explained about the OS, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
there is an Windows 2016 is there. So
Hmm.
that is the OS or 2016 version of SQL Server.
No, no. OS actually, in that OS will have 2016 and lower versions we can have. If SQL, I'm saying SQL 2016, 14, like that. Same thing, Windows 2019 OS. In that we can have SQL 2019 and lower versions. Clear, right?
So Oh, generally we have Windows 8, Windows 10, Windows 11 like that. Right? So we don't have OS like Windows 2016, 2017, right?
No, no, that is correct. We have that Windows 8, 10 in our laptop, right? Personal PCs. But
Okay.
in the servers, we don't have like Windows 8, Windows 10. In servers,
Okay.
we have this server operating system, like 16 server, Windows Server 2019, like that. Okay,
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you.
right, right. Thank you. Okay, then next one say like we have SQL native client is installed automatically. SQL native client is used to establish between our database server and other servers. Native client. Native client is one of a default tool which is installed automatically once we install SQL Server. Uh, Next one here, Windows PowerShell is required. By default, PowerShell comes along with OS. OS. It is not going to install with SQL Server. It comes along with OS, PowerShell. Then .NET Framework 3.5 or 4.0. Okay, any version actually like our latest 4.7 something, it also comes along with OS. Okay, so .NET Framework. Okay, just 1 minute. Right. Check here. SQL native client, Windows PowerShell, .NET Framework, it comes along with OS. Just we have to check that it is enabled or not. How we can check? We can go to Control Panel, Programs. See here, turn Windows features on off. Here we have .NET Framework. Okay, by default. Now it is required for if the programs are written with .NET something that is required, otherwise optional. But anyhow, it comes along with OS. Then setup support files are required. Setup support files are automatically remember installed whenever we install SQL Server. Once the installation is completed, these files are automatically deleted, temporary files actually. Then some Windows services are required. These also comes along with OS. We'll see later. Then some Internet Explorer or some any browser which is optional. Very simple prerequisites are there. If I here say I have put here link actually, if you see here, is that this one? Very good. Yeah, you can see here hardware and software requirements. You can check here for other versions also. This is for 2022. Already we have discussed 6 GB of hard drive. Okay, memory, this monitor, all these are optional. We don't have any internet actually in production servers. Memory like at least 4 GB. CPU with 2.0 gigahertz. Process, yeah, any processor. That is like here we have .NET Framework, it is showing. Operating system Windows 10 or higher, but from 16 onwards, 2016 onwards. You can see here also very complete table is there. See, we SQL Server, yeah, Windows Server. Windows Server 2025 is also released. Now SQL Server, Microsoft is planning to release SQL Server 2025. See, data center or SQL Server Enterprise Developer Standard Web Express, in which OS it works, which edition works, that table is there very clearly. We have seen already in Windows 11, 10 also we can install. But in server OS, in server, we have server OS. Yeah, even like 2022 version is working in 2016 data center standard essentials also with some patch. Like this, like you can verify here what is the which version, which version can be installed in which OS. Our 2022 can be installed in which OS. Okay, right, right. Just 1 minute. Yes, sorry. These are like versions are there very clearly. Already have said no for database engine 1480, and other tools will have how much disk space it is showing just. This is already there in our in the PPT. I will share you this PPT. And by default, remember SQL Server runs in one default port called 1433. Okay, default port number of SQL Server is what? 1433. Okay, right, right. Okay. Check here. These are our custom installation steps. In means real-time installation steps. First, here we'll install SQL Server database engine. Then we'll apply the latest patch. Okay. Already have said in some companies, some organizations, they will go with n minus 1. Means what? Let's say latest patch is CU16. They will apply CU15 like that. Clear, right? Yeah, n minus 1. In some organizations will have like latest one, we can apply the latest patch. Okay, right. Okay, then say like we'll install SSMS. Already we have seen this is optional. In some organizations in the server, we won't install SSMS. Just from other machine we'll connect directly. Okay, right. But we can install here SSMS, then configure maintenance jobs and alerts. Means we'll have regularly we have to configure some jobs for like backups, right? Rebuild indexes, update statistics, check DB, history cleanup. Some jobs will configure which are required for us in every server. That will have our ready-made scripts are there for these jobs. Just copy paste run and just check that job is created successfully or not. Okay, I will show you that. Then we'll configure, if required, we'll configure high availability features like always on or clustering or mirroring like that. Okay, If it is a standalone server, means if single server for small scale applications, then we won't do this step, last step. Okay, but uh, today, like in most of the scenarios, we'll configure what like high availability features. Clear, right? Up to these 4 steps are compulsory. This is depends on our requirement. If they are asking that, we need to we have set up with always on one primary replica in Mumbai data center, for example, one secondary replica in Chennai, then we'll configure always on. That's why while requesting the servers, we'll ask 2 servers to our systems team to prepare. If standalone, we'll ask only 1 server to our systems team. Okay, they will make the server ready, VM ready. They will provide to us. Okay, we'll see that step by step again. I will discuss here. Clear, right? The steps. Anyhow, we'll see this one by one practically. But you have to remember this picture. You have to capture this like a photo. Tomorrow, if they are asking how you prepare one new server, these are the steps are there. Means first we'll raise the request to systems team, like how many servers we want with what capacity, means RAM, CPU, hard disk space. Once we get the server, then we'll start with these steps. Okay, right, right. Okay.
Sir, I have a question.
Yeah, yeah.
Sir, for the standalone servers, if there is any problem occurs in the standalone servers, uh, I mean
Yeah, yeah,
the
understood.
website will be blocked.
Correct,
The
correct.
website will be
That's it.
blocked until we rectify that error, right?
Error means until we make the server up or until we make the database online, the site or the application will be down.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, yeah, that's why.
If there is a
For
secondary
yeah,
server, we can shift to the secondary server, then we can access them.
correct, correct. No, once the if primary down, if always on something is there, automatically secondary will become primary automatically. As a DBA, no need to do anything. Later, we have to troubleshoot why it has happened. Users are working already, right? There is no
Okay.
downtime for
Yeah.
the users. Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Any people, any other people? Ayush, any other? If any questions are there, you can use chat panel if any issue is there with mic, or you can discuss. Suhail, any questions? Srinath, other people. Hema,
All good,
Hema.
sir.
All good, thank you. You are already familiar with the thing. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, if anything is there, just please type in the chat or you can raise the hand. I will unmute you. Okay. Uh, okay. Let me go to next slide. This installation, anyhow, we need some time. We'll start tomorrow, same sharp 7:30 your time. Just we'll go through some knowledge check. Is it? What is the default port number of SQL Server? Uh, Ayush.
Third one, sir.
Yeah, thank you. 1433 is the default port number for our SQL Server. Then, what is the current version of SQL Server, Kiran? Kiran, is there right or Srinath? I think we are unable to hear. Maybe it is my problem. Or let me remove headset. Yeah, Kiran, you are able. I think we can't hear you. No problem. Srinath,
The SQL Server 2022.
2022, yes, fine. Then, second. Yeah, which service implements automation for regular administrative activities. We have Hemanand. For regular administrative task means to schedule the administrative task. Where which service is used? I think some issue is there. Hemanand. Maybe I think yes, mic issue maybe. Yeah, no problem. We know, right? I will answer. It is SQL
Agent,
Server.
SQL Server agent.
Correct. Agent. Yes. Okay. So these are just what is what, just for understanding. Then. What we'll do, we'll start with this custom installation. What I will do, I will prepare one VM machine before starting tomorrow's class. VM machine, okay? So with all the settings, what will follow in real time. Means with D drive for data file, L drive for log file, T drive for tempdb, okay? Like that, with all the drives, I will create one VM with Windows 2019 or 2022 version. Then we'll see how we'll take RDP of the VM in real time. Okay, how we can do installation process as it is, how we are doing today in real time. That with VMware or virtual machine, you can also practice if want as it is. Otherwise, you can practice in your local laptop also. Okay, right. Right then, we'll continue again tomorrow. We'll go with the custom installation in the tomorrow's class. Okay, thank you. Yeah, I think.